All right, hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between, I believe this is going to be between Focus and Sock here on Terranus Stand. Here we have, well, Focus spawning as the blue orc at what I'll call the 4 o'clock position. And a hop, skip, and a jump away, we have Sock spawning as the red human. Human versus orc in this 1v1 matchup as things are getting underway. Hopefully this will be another good game. That last game, drop it, Sandstorm. Drop the base. Yeah, I don't know. If you guys don't know what Sandstorm is, it's well, it is EDM. And apparently it became very, very popular on Twitch. I don't know the story outside their best matchup, Orc versus Human. I do like Orc versus Human in a 1v1 matchup. Does MK work well versus a BM? MK does work well versus a Blade Master. The problem is you need the Archmage and Brilliance Aura in order to have enough mana on sorceresses to slow down that army. There is almost this point in an orc versus human matchup where whoever has more mana has the major advantage. If you slow all of their units and then they can disenchant, right? You're like, oh, okay. Then all of a sudden the Blade Master, the Grunts, all of those units are able to actually get to the casters in the back. If the slow sticks onto them, the sorceresses can kite all game long and actually win out in those particular battles. Mostly because MK can't use water elementals to tank and is melee. You get out of mana and your MK is a strong... Yeah, so MK is generally stronger as your secondary hero in this particular matchup. Archmage is better at leading the spellcaster army, also being able to not... it's also able to save you a priest or two in order to be able to get some more spell breakers as well. Militia now dropping on inside here. Water Elemental going to be absorbing the damage, getting attacked in the back by a couple of rogues. Renegade Wizard will get taken down as the Archmage picks up a Ring of Protection +2. Back down on the other side, Blade Master quickly sells the Scroll of Town Portal, picks up 1 Healing Salve and a Scroll of Speed, but that is it. Blade Master has only taken down 1 Apprentice Wizard here. And with that, only has 20 experience, so you know that he's going to be going for a much, much heavier harassment style of play. Now, what is also interesting in this matchup is that this Archmage already has level 2, so it should be able to rotate out some of these peasants for the ones that have more hit points, and then attempt to try to set up an expansion. Strangely enough, though, we see that we are already teching the tier 2, so the expansion is going to be a little bit later. There is a large enough number of peasants, which shows me that there is going to be an expansion, but usually sometime around 2/3 to 3/4 of the way done on, or even after the remaining units there. All right, Blade Master going after that Renegade Wizard here. All of the units were pulled back because of this grunt. Blade Master has taken a fair bit of damage. Renegade Wizard will get taken out. Big item being picked up by the Blade Master. Well, decreasing the amount of damage that all of his units take by 6%, or giving all units an additional 6% effective hit points. Blade Master chasing after the footmen here, and it looks as though, well, we're sitting at 26/30 supply, and here comes the line of militia to try and clear out this creep camp here. With the Renegade Wizard gone, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to try and clear out. Where is all of these units going? Where are the militia going? The militia are actually going to try and clear out this 3-1-1 creep camp. Archmage is now down to the south. It is not going to be able to get to level 3, so Sock is actually just trying to scrounge around and get as much experience as he can. I don't know if I really agree with this particular style. The militia are going to end up taking a lot of damage. Well, some of the militia are going to be taking a good amount of damage. The footmen just pretty much ran in a circle, and this is fairly inefficient. The Blade Master is going to have a lot of time, as the Blade Master now going to be able to pick off another peasant or two. Back down to the south here, you can see that the Archmage is clearing out some of these creep camps away from the rest of the action, as a grunt is now spotted here. There is a lot going on the mini-map right now. Blade Master is still wandering around, sitting at level 2. Let's take a look. Grunt is going to try and engage. 2 grunts versus 3 footmen. I believe the grunts generally win out on that battle. as the footmen are going to be backing up again. 1,400 hit points compared to what, 1,260, and the footmen have well, even armor right now, since that Blade Master does give them Devotion Aura. Archmage looking to finish off that Nightcrawler there, still just shy of level 3, and that is going to be a big downside. He really wanted level 2 Water Elementals as well. Focus is staying on, well, I'm sorry about that. Focus is staying on top of his game and able to pick out some units. Grunt, is it going to try and go after the Renegade Wizard? I'm not sure. Blade Master could try to venture forth inside. You can take a look. Blood Mage. Alright. Blood Mage is now out onto the field. The Blood Mage, Siphon mana. Blade Master being forced to wind walk away. Blood Mage lost a little bit of mana, but at least is going to force that Blade Master to not stick around. Now, Blood Mage is going to take a little bit of damage right there. He's going to stick and hide in this one spot as the Blade Master. Is he going to try and stick into this one fight here? You can see a little bit of that damage just following and chasing after there as the Shadow Hunter sitting at level 1. Shadow Hunter is going to try and get to level 3 here. Archmage may drop a Water Elemental and now start picking off some of these units as well, just racking up damage, and that is actually going to be a big deal. Grunt now down to 189 hit points. It's going to be able to back away. Water Elemental may try and chase it as the Blade Master needs to come back home to try and do a bit of repairing. Raider now out onto the field. Archmage, is he going to try and finish off some of those units? Water Elemental really wants that Rogue, and no, turns back around. Should really go after the Rogue here and get the Rogue, get the experience. And yes, he does get the experience. Tome of Strength, however, will be left behind. Archmage now heading back out across here. Blade Master is right there as well. Extra bit of damage could have been absorbed and dealt as the Blade Master should consider now more wind walks. The Blood Mage sitting at level 1 with a Lightning Shield. You can take a look at that. Getting up to level 2, we'll see what the level 2 ability will be, as we do see priests out here as well. Archmage should be able to make its way over, drop a Water Elemental, and start to creep out this creep camp here. We should also be looking at dual Arcane Sanctums with an eventual setup of an expansion, as we are now transitioning into Spellbreakers. Flame Strike coming down, big damage across the board here, and perhaps the Blood Mage is actually hoping to use Flame Strike onto the buildings. Flame Strike does deal a lot of damage to buildings as well, especially Orc Burrows that tend to be clumped up altogether. We've seen that happen in games past where the Blood Mage is able to use Flame Strike, or Archmage is able to use Blizzard and take down a large number of Moonwells. Arcane Vault trying to be repaired. There's a slow now. That Blade Master not going to be able to finish it, as you see a quick repair work going down on that Arcane Vault. Clearing out over here to the top right, Blood Mage should be able to get to level 3 without much of a problem. Will it be level 2 Siphon Mana or level 2 Flame Strike? At level with Siphon Mana, you can actually shut down that Shadow Hunter, and the Shadow Hunter without mana is a really poor hero. Yes, it is an agility based hero just like the Blade Master, but it is really meant to cast spells. And one of the ways the Shadow Hunter is tried to be a little bit more balanced is that it doesn't have that much mana normally, but it gets a lot of its survivability from armor. Alright, Spirit Walker taking a lot of damage. Units now looking to back up here. We don't see any spell breakers here as of yet, as the Blade Master is simply going to walk by. The Blade Master is still sitting at level 2, going up against a level 3 Blood Mage. Turning back around, are we going to see a slow there? Yes, a slow back onto that Blade Master. There's an ensnare onto the priest. And, well, leave a priest behind seems to be the human's mantra right now, as it is going to happen once more. Alright, Grunt's going to go ahead and try and engage. You can take a look. Flame Strike right there, going down across multiple units. Those units do not want to stand in that position as the Blade Master tries to chase after that target. Siphon mana away. Blood Mage, is he going to turn around and get another Flame Strike here? There it goes, and it is going to deal crazy amounts of damage. Scroll of Healing was forced to be used, as now, well, big damage across the board. Another big disenchant. Disenchant, as I mentioned earlier, absolutely critical in this matchup, as more damage going to go through. All right, poor Grunt. A Grunt trying to walk through a Flame Strike, taking far too much damage, and I believe this Grunt will get taken down. However, a Footman, a little bit too gung-ho, tries to chase after that, and he gets taken down as well. Blood Mage sitting at level 3. Archmage sitting at level 3. Important to note that the Blood Mage actually has just about the same amount of mana as the Archmage here. Alright, there you go. Mud Golem gonna go ahead and continue to cast slow, but the Spellbreakers are gonna shift that slow back to other targets as well. Or is it gonna be... Nope, it's just simply out of mana, unable to do so. We are looking at Peasants finally making their way over to try and set up this expansion. At the same time, a Great Hall is being built down at the other end of the map. Kodo Beast, nothing in its belly. A lot more slow being placed down, and this could actually potentially be a problem. If Focus is forced to use Disenchant here, Disenchant is one of the more expensive abilities for these Spirit Walkers, and with that, it's not going to have as much mana later on in the upcoming fight. Oh, a Peon gonna quickly get taken down right there, as the Shadow Hunter, I believe, did get to level 4. So it is a level 2, level 4. The Shadow Hunter being the secondary hero, getting to level 4 first before the Blade Master even gets to level 3. Going up against a level 3 and level 3. Let's take a look at this. Are we going to be looking at another expansion attempt? There you go. As the Invisible Water Elemental now being brought out into play. Let's take a look at what's happening here. Kodo Beast could easily just start trying to digest a Water Elemental. Could get a little bit bloated, but then again, it's just all water weight anyways. All right, a little bit of splash damage there from the Water Elemental. Water Elemental now trying to head back. 96-point critical strike. Not thing to really be that concerned about, as the units are going to go ahead and engage once more. Water Elemental being brought over again. Blood Mage has maximum mana. Could try and siphon some mana into the Archmage, as there seems to be a large number of, well, invisible units on both sides of the map. Raiders now going to go ahead and engage. There you go. Ensnare straight up onto all of these units. Scroll of Town Portal being transitioned over, and that was a lot of damage with that single Flame Strike across multiple units. Now, one of the reasons why Flame Strike has been absolutely so successful in this matchup is because normally Raiders know how to deal with Blizzard. 2 waves of Blizzard, maybe 3 at most, before a Raider is able to get within range and, well, ensnare and stop the channeling on that Archmage. Blood Mage, however, is a different story. There is about a 1.5 second window to get an ensnare off on that Blood Mage. It's only a 1.5 second channel time before the Flame Strike does hit. Flame Strike, I believe Blizzard does deal more damage if every single wave hits, but Flame Strike's damage is still very, very high. Archmage sitting at 320 mana right now. Let's take a look at what's happening next. Blade Master oh, is he going to pick up the tome? He steals the tome. Archmage not realizing, hey, you know what? I should be reading some books, as a Scroll of Speed now being used by that Blade Master in order to get away. Blade Master sneaking into the library to steal some books. Archmage not realizing what was going on. Blood Mage sitting at level 3. We see Tome of Agility going to be dropped back down. This is Sock versus Focus here on Terranistan. Thank you for asking, as we're looking at the Spellbreakers still wandering around here. Blizz Strike? I don't know. I don't know. It's just massive AoE, right? No cute name needed there, just like Chain Wave. Meanwhile, Blood Mage should get to level 4. Level 2 Siphon Mana. Is it going to be enough to shut down that Shadow Hunter from casting efficiently? The also big issue is going to be the Shadow Hunter does have Hex, so any sort of channeled ability can get shut down fairly fast. All right, let's go ahead and engage. Oh, big engagement right here. Spellbreaker is going to turn back around. Potion of Invulnerability, Flame Strike across multiple Raiders. And oh, the Blood Mage purposely canceled that, just forcing all of the units to move. The Scroll of Speed will be coming to an end. Blood Mage still in serious trouble, is invisible, and now trying to run back away. There's a Flame Strike straight up across multiple Raiders and Spellbreakers, but as you know, the Spellbreakers are immune. One lone Spellbreaker being left behind there. Not close enough for that Scroll of Town Portal. Supply count 70 compared to 64. Focus and Sock both with an expansion up. Spellbreakers now making their way down. No upgrades at all. Let's take a look at the Raiders. Raiders with 2-1 upgrades. Grunts sharing those upgrades as well. Kodo Beast, well, can't get any upgrades as we're looking at really no real creep camps being left on the map. No masonry upgrades either, so this has been an interesting game. We're looking at a near maximum low upkeep supply army from Sock. Same thing from Focus. A large Spellbreaker army in that front line. Archmage with a Scroll of Healing and somehow still has maximum mana even though it only has level 1 Brilliance Aura. Yeah, level 1 Brilliance Aura. It is level 2 Water Elementals that we've been looking at. And are we looking at perhaps some Spellbreakers joining in? All right, there you go. There, you're going to have an engagement. Blademaster going after the units. Blademaster, however, quickly going to run out of mana as the Blizzard Flame Strike going down. Ensnare does finally hit its target as the Blademaster going to go ahead and try and engage again. Potion of Invulnerability transferred. Blizzard now being rained down across multiple units as the Militia are there absorbing a lot of damage as well. Flame Strike hitting own Sorceress and Priest. That is a bad side right there as the Archmage gets taken down. Sock is absolutely in trouble. Blood Mage could drop a Flame Strike in order to try and flee, but the Scroll of Speed is going to make that entire slowed army still move incredibly efficiently. Blood Mage now trying to head back, but this is going to quickly go sideways as Sock is going to lose a lot of units in this engagement. No Scroll of Town Portal that I can see, and the Blood Mage, all it can really do is hope to zone out to get back into this game. Archmage does have a Scroll of Healing, quickly uses that, siphon mana away from the Spirit Walker. Archmage does not have enough mana. Units are still trying to flank here, making it so that he cannot retreat back into his place. Blood Mage down to 400 or 600 hit points. Archmage is still back across here, finally using that Scroll of Town Portal. Is the Blood Mage going to make it out? Could it be a critical strike? Escapes at 33 hit points. All right. Playing a very dangerous game right there. That Blood Mage survives at 33 hit points. I wasn't even sure if it died or not. I had to look at the portrait to make sure. That Scroll of Town Portal, not a second too late. Well, you know, like not a second too early, pretty much, as it was playing, well, extremely close. More sorceresses are being added. Focus now with the supply advantage. That was just not a good fight at all. And with the upgrades, making the Grunts and the Raiders that much stronger, I don't know how things can get better for Sock. Sock needs to land a couple of just clutch Flame Strikes and Blizzards in order to really get anywhere. Surprised that we don't have Arcane Sentry. Oh, Magic Sentry now being added in order to detect what is going on here. Blademaster is right there as well. Scroll of Speed now being brought over. Here comes the retreat. Flame Strike going to be used. Blizzard right there. There's the ensnare. You pretty much forced or knew that was coming as you see a quick use of Blizzard once again. All right. Canceling of the guard towers, another Flame Strike coming down. So many units taking so much damage right here, and this is playing into a choke point. This is actually the perfect spot for Focus, or I mean Sock, to try and constantly engage, as these units are just simply walking through and taking so much damage. Blademaster going to try and engage again. There is another Blizzard right there. So many low hit point units. They have to be extremely careful as the Blood Mage suicides himself, but it does end up taking out at least 1 or 2 units. All right. Supply count 67 compared to 62. Blademaster sitting at level 3. Shadowhunter sitting at level 4. Both of them about to level up. Archmage sitting at level 4 here. Are they going to try and engage? Oh, they're just walking to the tavern instead of engaging. Blademaster could be in trouble here. Low on mana. Are the Raiders going to be able to get in there and ensnare? That's the big question, as big damage goes across the board. They're fighting on a bridge once more as all of the units are trying to retreat. Archmage is just going to turn around and say, you know what? I'll Blizzard right here. That's not a problem, as the Spellbreakers are the majority of that army. Archmage has to play this extremely close here as we're taking a look. Spellbreakers, well, trying to finish off some units. That was a wasted 75 mana, as there is not going to be much hits anywhere. Blademaster still sitting at level 3. Shadowhunter still sitting at level 4, I believe, as the Spellbreakers could just easily finish off, go after the Spirit Walkers. The Spirit Walkers would take so much extra damage Well, it may be going after some low hit point raiders. Just finish off a unit as the Blade Master is in serious trouble. Down to 0 mana once again, constantly losing mana. As you take a look, Spellbreaker is completely surrounded and going to get taken out there. Archmage sitting at level 4. You can take a look. Scout towers were all destroyed. Arcane Sentry is all here, ready to go as the Blood Mage is about halfway out. Sock getting back into this game right now. Meanwhile, we should be looking at a couple of... Oh, this is a bad fight for Focus. What is he doing? Blade Master losing a lot of mana again, only for 120 hit points on that Town Hall, which is easily going to be repaired. Continuing this fight once more. More Blizzard coming in as the front line. If you try and engage, there's the Scroll of Speed trying to close in on that distance. Archmage needs to, well, turn back around, make sure it is not close enough to any raiders, as the raiders are just too far away to get the ensnare off. Spellbreakers are getting taken down, but the Blizzard is adding in more damage consistently across multiple units. So far, total damage, I gotta believe, is in favor of Sock, as, well, you see the units try to engage, only be forced to be pulled back out. Blood Mage now back out onto the field, should rejoin here in just a couple of seconds, as the Archmage is going to get ensnared. Archmage in serious trouble. Going to get ensnared again. Scroll of Town Portal is going to be teleporting away. Flame Strike goes down, and it hits so many units right there. They're simply walking through it. Archmage now invisible. Blood Mage now invisible. Blizzard being brought over as just too much AoE. As we now take a look, a single footman trying to fight back at this Great Hall. All right, we do see a single Voodoo Lounge off over here. Supply count 73 compared to 66. That AoE damage really starting to take a toll, as the Archmage and Blood Mage, if they both get to level 5, level 3 AoE damage is simply through the roof. Able to deal so much damaged across multiple units. And you got to remember another thing. Focus has been forced to constantly buy Scrolls of Speed in order to close in on that distance. It worked out the first couple of times, but it is starting to take a toll on the total gold, as we may see a potential creepjack here. All right. Is there a Scroll of Town Portal? No, there is not. This is going to be a bad fight here. There is Blizzard. There is Flame Strike. So many units in the center. Oh, the Blood Mage moved. No actual casting of that Flame Strike. That Flame Strike would have been key and critical, as the Blood Mage uses the Scroll of Town Portal. And once again, he canceled it before the damage went off. Blood Mage wasted 250 mana right there with those 2 Flame Strikes that didn't do anything. Meanwhile, Militia now needing to be forced to pull back. Blood Mage, it does have Brilliance Aura from that Archmage, and, well, the Blood Mage is relatively low on mana after, well, very ineffective spells. Archmage looking to pick up some additional items, picking up a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Meanwhile, Militia going to get taken out. Shadowhunter sitting at level 5 now, so level 3 Healing Wave could be the answer to all of that AoE damage. All right. I guess with Spirit Link spreading across damage across multiple units, AoE damage, Blizzard and Flame Strike is the perfect answer to that. Noob on training, I pretty much cast every Tuesdays and Wednesdays pretty much at this time, so feel free to join back in every single time here. Archmage, Blood Mage in trouble. Here we go. There's the ensnare. Archmage is going to be able to get off some big damage. Blade Master going after the unit there. Archmage does have a Scroll of Town Portal. Could try and get away. Flame Strike still coming across. Could focus onto the Blade Master. Archmage is currently now invisible. There is a bit of reveal. Dust of Appearance onto the Archmage, as the Archmage is now still trying to scoot away. Where can it really go? Scroll of Town Portal now being used. Flame Strike across multiple units, killing the own Sorceress, as the units are all going to teleport out. All right. Back down to the south right here. Let's see where the units are going to go. This Great Hall is still mining, or will get set up in just a second. Meanwhile, this Great Hall still mining away. 72 supply compared to 66. 80 population limit over 84, as I still don't know who's going to win this game. It really just does come down to positioning. I believe Focus has learned his lesson and is not going to be trying to... Oh, Flame Strike on a poor Grunt. Okay, that is one expensive Grunt. 125 mana from the Blood Mage, 75 mana from the Archmage, as the Blood Mage could try and get a Flame Strike off onto all of those units right there. All of those peasants going to be pretty much instantaneously taken out. Archmage now up to level 5. Level 3 Blizzard going to be ready to go. As the Siphon Mana, the Blade Master trying to chase a big Flame Strike. Is it going to hit? Yes, it will. Followed by the Blizzard. So much damage, so much death. Focus is in trouble. I think his population just plummeted there, down to 55 compared to 69. Archmage could get another Blizzard in. More Healing Wave being brought over. Where's the Flame Strike? Siphon Mana instead. Flame Strike could be happening down over here. Archmage still has a Scroll of Town Portal, as he is going to go ahead and banish himself. Hexed onto the Archmage. Archmage is in trouble, but he was banished for a little bit of time. Flame Strike goes down again, as the Archmage are still battling it out. Spellbreakers can still engage here, as the Blood Mage is still fighting. Archmage is in a little bit of trouble. Gonna go ahead and banish himself, but the Spirit Walkers are now attacking. Blizzard onto all of the Spirit Walkers. A big wave kills off 2 of them, as the Scroll of Town Portal gets everyone to safety. All right, big losses there. 65 supplies compared to 46. Having to retrain up all of those peasants, but that is going to be the game. Focus, not willing to play that game out, knowing that he was behind the 8 ball. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.